Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Welcome. Welcome, 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 my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, a ding dong. Start. Welcome to this Wednesday smash. Actually, Wednesday farm, hopefully. Because farm kind of goes hand in hand with smash, but I feel like farm is a little bit more important. What do you think? What do you think? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody who is watching this as a replay on YouTube, because obviously that is part of the way it has been, and it's probably going to be part of the way it will be and is and does. And, you know, just some word salad in the morning, it's fine. You know, you got to eat those words a little bit. You gotta eat those words a little bit. Okay, so before people come in, while people come in, I'm gonna test some stuff. Just so 100% confirm that 100% confirm that everything works. Tell me about the music volume. Last time there were some problems, okay, with the music volume. Now tell me if the music is fine. Now tell me if the music is fine, okay? Let's see. Hello, Stolly Mine. Hello, Gabriel. Hello, Mazen from Brazil. From Brazil, amongst all places. From Brazil, amongst all places. Okay. Now, where's that CS? Where's that CS? Let's get that CS. The CS number, I think, updates in chunks only, so that's really unfortunate. But I think you can't do anything about that. It's on Riot. Yeah, it's on Riot. It updates only. You see this little number below the CS? That's CS per minute, and it updates. Yeah, it's kind of interesting why they do that. They update it in chunks, 10 by 10, so it only updates once I get. Now that I'm gonna have 20. It's gonna update, right? Yeah, 1.8. You know, it's better than nothing, but they do that so that you wouldn't be able to tell the camp clearing numbers, you know. So itty with itty. But it's fine, you know, at least it's something. At least it's something new. Why do you say too late, Brax? Welcome, by the way. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let's just not... let's just jump into the matches real quick, you know, because you got to play those farming, you got to play that, you know, daily farm. Okay, there it is. So yeah, the Zac game, finally you can test it. I think it's, it turned out better than I expected, you know. The jury obviously is still out. If people are gonna like it, you are gonna like it. But you know, it's something new. You know, it's and some of the stuff kind of made me giggle there, especially those little sound effects on that Timo. Yeah. Car Arena redeemed chosen sub emote attack. No, unlock. Why did I say attack? Whew, my brain. My guys, you know, it's kind of for me personally, it's kind kind of embarrassing. You know, it's potentially embarrassing to stream because I say stuff that happens in my mind that is not 100% filtered, you know, that is not 100% filtered. Although I am pretty similar in real life to, you know, to how I am here. So, Grasp today, yes. Yes. Grasp is, I would say, currently definitely better than Conqueror. I think Yorick smash, Yorick just heal, or Yorick smash, Yorick, you know, all of that jazz. All of that jazz. Can barely hear the music on Twitch and YouTube. It likely needs to be turned up a tad. I can do that. Right now it's 0.23. Let's put it at 35. What do you think about this? Okay, 0.5. The thing is that this lobby music is by nature lower than the music is that's gonna be in game, which is gonna be the caveman music, right? So what matters is that you can hear something in the lobby, you know, in the background. And if you can, I would say it's fine. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. I actually said okie dokie before I read that you wrote that. Yeah, you can play the Zac game, that's one thing. The CS number, that's another new thing. What else? About the game itself, about the, you know, Yorick. Yorick is getting another nerf. And when I read that, I thought that, come on guys, calm down. And I was, you know, I thought, you know, you better be careful with that. You know, you better be careful with that. Turns out they nerf just the damage in the jungle, and so I'm not worried about that at all. I don't want there to be nerfs to his health, you know. I still listen to the first videos for humans while playing Yorick. Makes it very chill. Hello from Argentina. Love you, man. Love you too. How's it going in Argentina? How's the big experiment going? The big free market center. And yeah, I'm glad that you listen to the music. I am glad that it has made it into people's minds, you know. Hi from Brazil, can you say something in your tongue that is cool to hear? Are you using Translate? I got that feeling you're using Translate. Hi, Mr. Pokrik. Do you check comments from YouTube Live? Yes. I do check them. They are just not visible. Welcome, Ziabek. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The music is fine. How's the band been since I've been gone? Do you mean Videos for Humans band? Do you mean Videos for Humans? Hello, Caden. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you still doing gameplay review? Well, it's not something I'm doing, you know. I just did it, and you know, it is what it is. If you want me to review a game, yes, I can do it, but I would ask the game to be at least somewhat interesting, you know? So it's not like only just feeding, you know? And stuff like that. Or maybe some specific questions about the laning phase or something, you know? Hello, Noah. No D Jesus. No D Jesus. LT. Are you from Lithuania? Love watching your content from India. My friend, India is top G. I like India. I would like to go to India at some point in my life. Although I am a little bit wary, people have said that you really have to pick the place. You know? No, I'm from Latam. I don't know where that is. Excited to watching farming gameplay. I'm glad you've been appreciating a Titanic rush. Have you tried going Titanic into Heartstale? My friend, you haven't watched the replay. There's a video. Let me check real quick to get some... it's called He Farm. In parentheses, there's Rayot. And at minute 3:58:39, there's a comment by Noobs RS. And there's that moment is exactly what you are asking. There's a big slap happening there. So yeah. Latin America, yeah, maybe. Maybe you're right. I always have to test if these work. I will stop. Oh. Oh, it's not working. The Who Mad is not working. Probably because I moved the F and sound file. Oh, sweet Jesus, I moved the F and sound file. Yeah. Idiot, the Who Mad is not going to be on this stream. So yeah, I have done the Titanic rush. Yeah, be careful about places to eat and just enjoy the culture, man. That reminds me of the scene where Angela was mad at Dwight for, I guess, enjoying the... what was that? Hindu Festival Lights. What was that? What was the name of that? Diwali. Yeah, and she was mad, and he said, come on, you know, relax. The only thing that I like about this is the food and the culture. So the question was, okay, so you like everything. And she was big mad. It's fine. Have you ever used Maya for game characters or ZBrush? No, I'm not a Maya or ZBrush user. But don't let that persuade you from using those software, because I hear they're pretty good. Because I played a crazy game where I went 13-2 and lost the game. If I wonder if I did something wrong since I was the biggest team asset. Well, judging from that, judging from your comment, you know, no, let me say this. As a Yorick player, you should always think, if you lose a game, you should always think, okay, I did something wrong. I farmed too little, either towers, either inhibitors, either the Nexus. There wasn't a Nexus gap, so you obviously did something wrong. More seriously, though, I don't know. It will take me some time to watch the game. You know, it's a little bit too much. You know, it's a little bit too much. To watch a whole game. This is a long queue, isn't it? This is a long queue. This is a long queue. LOL, the AI music is so low, why no one pointed it out? It's a comment from my channel. Yeah, last stream people thought I don't even have music, you know? So yeah. One time in school, one of my friends got in trouble for searching up, does weed kill people? We were in middle school and it just came up in a conversation and the friend was curious about it. Who was curious about it? I read that wrong. We were in middle school and it just came up in conversation and the friend who was curious about it, the principal wrongly assumed he wanted to try it. Funny mishap. You know what this reminds me of? The worst thing that I did, I put a homepage of the meatspin.com of my on my physics teacher's computer, and he froze when he saw that. He froze. Back in the day, you could have a name of the person, then .homo.com, and then it would kind of tune the website specifically to that person. So those who know, those who don't know, don't ask, please, okay? Yeah, the queue is pretty long. The queue is pretty long. Oh, you know that? Oh, that age. That age. Boss, what should I learn to become a DevOps as you? Do you mean just a developer? What does DevOps mean? Don't worry, I'll stay silent on the matter. Let me check what that is about. Can you not hear the music or what? People have said, have tried to trick me a lot. So I need to figure out, should I ignore those comments and know that, hey, the music is fine. By the way, Yorick is getting nerfed, but Ignite is getting buffed. And I use Ignite. Also, Unflinching is getting buffed. I don't know how many patches in a row that happens. So let's check. Yeah, it's gonna get buffed. Overgrowth. But I want to have overgrowth, So, nah, I'm a top G Chad. I'm gonna pick first pick. DevOps works with apps. What is my suggestion? Just start making stuff. I would, okay, maybe you will hate me for it, but it is what it is. I am who I am. I think that coding without AI is gone. You need to learn how it works. But coding by hand, I don't as maybe as a learning process, yeah, but coding by hand is just so much slower that what you doing, So my suggestion would be to learn how the tools work. It's basically a one big autocomplete, and people have been using autocomplete for a long time. So I would say pick a project, for example, a website where Freak has, I don't know, you can pick how many hairs he has, and then they grow, and then you are supposed to kind of pour some water on the head, and then there's an image, a JPEG. And there are some spots for the hair, and then you pour some water and it grows, and a website like that. Pick that project and just make it, and you'll learn a lot, because there are going to be a gazillion errors, and you're going to learn from those errors. That's at least my suggestion. I am Big Papa network engineer, but for my girlfriend, I want to help her find a job. Does not want to work. Yeah, if you don't know what you want to do, you just throw the paint at you throw the sandwiches at the wall and see which one sticks. Let's say you throw the sandwich of web development at the wall. If it doesn't stick, pick up a sandwich of, bicycle couriering, bicycle messengering. Throw that sandwich at the wall. If it doesn't stick, take something else. Maybe invent a job. Unfortunately, I dislike Corky, but it is what it is. Hello, the Puffin Lord. How are you doing? Thank you for the nice words. Dark Harvest Collector, Leandri, Ignite, Exhaust, Eclipse. It would be fantastic. Does that mean that you want... Turn the music up. Okay. Where was I in process of discussing? Yeah, is that build meant for the ghouls? Because it sounds like it.
Yorick smash, Yorick farm, Yorick goes to gets distracted.
Oh, there are no sounds for the follows. Yeah, I know the DH proc is satisfying. Yeah, there are no sounds for the follows, so if there are any, you know, I'm gonna have to just manually look at that. But I guess it's fine, you know? I think Volibear thought that I'm mid, right? What are the Ignite buffs? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm chillin', doing some last minute studying for structural geology final tomorrow to end my finals this semester. Well, good luck. Don't know what that is. Are you learning how soil is structured? That's what I, you know, imagine when that happens. You know what? I'm gonna turn off the music for just 1 second. Where was I I think Volibear thought that... What are the Ignite buffs? I don't know. Oh yeah, it was very low. So it's way different for me than it is for you. That's a big problem. That is a big problem, okay? That is a big problem because in my ears it's big and in your ears it's low. Yeah, I can't be feeding this Volibear, man. I can't be doing that. I have to. I just have to give up the early CS. That's, you know, it is what it is. I dislike that, of course, but I have to do that. Okay. I can't even walk up. You know, I don't have that option in this matchup, you know? I simply don't have that option in this matchup. I simply do not have. You're saying, you know, a lot? Sorry, that's just a parasite phrase that I have when I, you know, feel like I don't have words. It's the same as saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Eminem said that a lot. Okay, the music is insanely loud. I'll fix it. Okay, now it should be fine. Better. Okay. Okay, the CS number is working, actually. The CS number is working. Okay. What you doing, boy? Actually, he's doing the thing he's supposed to. Okay. I don't know how I did, you know. Oh, he might... Does he have Ignite? Yeah, there it is. Oh, sweet lord. Yeah. That's Volibear for you guys. That is Volibear. Did you see the high noon Yorick skin? Oh yeah, I saw that. People are excited about the hat. People are excited about the hat. Okay. I did see it. Oh, there's something going on in the chat. The music knows. The music knows. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, Volibear is actually, in my experience, the worst opponent of all. I don't think I've ever met a worse opponent than Volibear. I think the worst game I've had ever is against Aatrox, but Volibear, he almost always wins. I have no idea what to do against him. Feels like a pity skin. I'm actually hopeful. I think the farmer Yorick is going to be strong. As strong as ever, you know. I think the farmer Yorick is going to be as strong as ever, but we'll see. The jury is indeed still out for that. He is oppressive. He is, and I'm just not used to dying at my tower, you know? I'm just not used to dying at my tower. Okay, there's that poke from him. I will have to keep this freeze to keep him annoyed. That's my, you know, that's my thing. That's my only way of getting out of this. That's my only way of getting out of this. I've never seen a bear in real life. I've always wanted to see a bear, but I've never done that. I've never done. He doesn't have flash, so I'm safe, right? Yeah. Gotta do some poking here. You know, people say that this item, this rune is for fighting, you know, fighters, but in top lane, I trigger it way less than in mid lane because, well, you just can't walk up to people, you know, you don't have that option very often. You just very often don't have that option. Volibear, oh no, oh sweet lord, sweet Jesus. Yeah, it's over, it's over. Yeah, it's over. Okay. I miss lethality Yorick builds. Yeah, somebody, people have been watching my shorts from the good old days and been saying, hey, you know, good old days this, good old days that. And, you know, it's fine. Nostalgia. Things die. It's a sign of a great thing that it dies. Actually, no. What am I saying? It's not a sign of a great thing not a sign that the thing is great if it dies. It's probably the other way around statistically. Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, bears in Latvia, I think we have like 5. It's funny to say that we have very tiny amount, but it is what it is. I think we have more beavers than bears. We don't have Beats or Battlestar Galactica though. Oh, got a plate. Thank you very much. My sister-in-law has a phobia of bears. It's not really a phobia. Is it? People should be afraid of bears. So, you know, I don't think you can call that a phobia. I guess you can call everything a phobia, you know. Every time there's a fear, it's a phobia. Isn't definition of phobia when it's irrational? And then again, you know, you can argue what is and what is not irrational. No, don't kill Maiden for this. Took away some CS from him. CS diff. CS diff. I mean, if you go to the zoo and freak out, it would be a phobia. Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, you can argue away because, yeah, you can say, okay, you know, a zoo, you should know that it can't attack you. But at the same time, should you really know that? Because sometimes they get out of the cage, you know, and so is it really irrational? It's always kind of like a gray area, right? It's always kind of like a gray area. He is AP, so he's waiting to do that big, excuse me for being crass, the big load. Did he hit? Oh, there it is. Yeah, sorry, Volibear. Yeah, sorry. I had to insist on that. I actually baited him a little bit, to be completely frank over there. He used every single thing he had, so that's a big plus. Latvia things. No, not in Latvia, but they can't get out of the cage. That's a real thing. Some people can fall in, you can fall in, right? So is it irrational? If you're scared of elevators, I think you could easily make the argument that, yeah, you should. You should, in fact, be scared of elevators. Although, I would say that elevators have the problem of being... Okay. Yeah. Same thing happened here for me. I was a little bit greedy, honestly. To be completely honest, I was a little bit greedy, so... do you think they overdo the Yorick change? Yeah, but I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Imagine having nightmares about bears for a week because you saw a teddy bear for 1T. You know, that would be... You know... Oh, D. Wang. You can... I know you're interested in, you know, the web stuff, so you can check out the Zac game. Tell me what you think. Tell me about what you think about the Zac game. It finally works. We will get the first tower, but it really doesn't matter for the boots, does it? Okay. It doesn't really matter for the boots, does it? That's the thing with the, you know, words. Unfortunately, I have to be boring again and say it's 99% about definition of words. So... That's why sophistry, yeah, is a real thing, because it's kind of like if you are smarter in the use of language, you will simply win arguments. There's no way around it. You know, you will just win arguments, and there's almost nothing that can change that. The truth can maybe, you know, if, oh, what is he doing there? I thought, what? No, it's not going to happen. Not, oh, it is? Okie dokie. Yeah, that's why sophistry is a real thing, you know, it is almost like that. I would still say that truth has a chance, but language isn't rooted in reality, so you can argue anything. What's that Zac game site? It is in my title. Why don't you have a subscribers counter? Sorry, I just didn't manage to put it up. Um, okay. I don't understand. Is the music too loud or is it lower than the cooling fans? Someone said that it's lower than the cooling fans, but somebody, when I had previously, made it louder, someone said it's way too loud. So, am I missing something? What's going on? Oh no, they won't let me farm. They won't let me farm. Okay. Okay, I brought it up a little bit, so. Was it 100 for you to get bigger cut? No, so the way it works, you have to do 3 consecutive months of big numbers, something like that. And I'm on the month first, and I still have to break the first month to get that. But I'm gonna fix it. Yeah. It's just a little bit, it requires a little bit of work. Okay. A little bit of trouble in the top lane, I would say. Okay. A little bit of trouble in the top lane, I would say. But the farmer continues farming. Top lane is an island of matchup knowledge. I kinda know Volibear. The only thing you need to know is that, hey, he run at you. And then, how does he lose 4-1 against 0-4? Well, I guess he loses because of the... Wow, this guy is strong. Okay. Okay, can't really do that. Kane, not ganking. It's fine. Yeah, he run at you, but obviously the problem with him is that you just don't know how strong he is. Oh no, oh no. The worst possible thing happened. And I don't have time to put Maiden out. Damn. Really, really, really bad. Itty witty. Okay. Okie dokie. Can Jinx carry us? That's the question. Right? That is the question. No. Okay. Talon has a pretty big bounty. Talon has a pretty big bounty. Those are actually not cooling fans in the background that you hear. Those are that's the sound of processor. Literally the processor, not the GPU, but the processor. I already know the sounds. Sometimes when you do simulations in Cinema 4D, when you set it to GPU, you can hear the GPU, which is different, and CPU is different. Okay. Yo, video father. Yo, video father. Okay. Volibear, Yorick outscale you. Yorick outscale you. Okay. Yeah, I think the word till is so funny. Okay. You know what the problem is with picking top first is that you get counterpicked. But the reason why I don't want to be last in these days is because I don't want someone to pick Yorick. So, you know, it is what it is. There's a kind of a rhythm to the game in that sense. Okay. Da, 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 da. That's honestly the same problem Sona has. I wasn't looking at the map. Can I do it? I don't... Oh, maybe I could have done it actually, so... I thought that they will definitely come there. You know, when you're behind, you're sometimes just scared. No, he's too strong. He too strong. Actually, no. Let's look at this. Even if it's a Sona versus Sona matchup in other modes, do you mean that she's too overpowered? Yeah, that CS is really rookie numbers. Those are real rookie numbers over there. Those are real rookie numbers. He farmed, he tilled the land. Okay. There they go. We have two big time scaling champions. So if I'm not too heavy this match, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I have to start manipulating the waves so that they are always at a disadvantage in terms of how many people are fighting, you know? Have you tried it with Sundered Sky? No. I actually don't really like Sundered Sky, but, you know. But, you know, that's just my opinion. If no one comes to help him, we can do it. Unfortunately, Kane got baited a little bit, you know. Kane baited. Okay. Me and Jinx. Only two people here. Me and Jinx. Oh, sweet lord. Oh no, and she dies. Come on, she should have been with me and then, you know. Da, da, da. I'll take the advice from earlier and get the Bramble Vest. Greetings, Bramblehead. Okay. The farming music. Hopefully he allows me to farm this. We get him easily. He should just run to me, and then it's okay. Yeah. Can we catch? No. We can't catch. What's going on with that cane? Oh. Don't do that, Corky. I'm 07, but you know, I still slap, okay? I still slap, okay? Doesn't matter. Damn, if there was a way to funnel gold into your teammates and be 07 every game, but getting your teammates fed, damn, I would like that so much. Because if he tricked me. Boast tactic. Boast tactic. Although it's not a boast tactic, it's it's just because Baus was flashing into the bushes to not let you know that he's there. This guy was just in the bushes and I forgot about him. You know how animals sometimes they think, oh, nothing's moving, so it's gone. Object permanence gone from Mr. Pokrick's mind, unfortunately. Object permanence is one of those things that when you learn about it, you feel really smart, and especially if you can use it later in any kind of conversations, you'll feel better. Is there a website or some kind of a chart or something that shows how scaly are champions? Just a list, you know? Is that possible? How good they scale and stuff. Unfortunately, they both died. So... Unfortunately, and they get, you know, they get barren. Because of this death. So, what do I do? Okay. One thing I don't like is that I can't... no. Have to run. Have to run. Left and blue balled there. That's so good that wall makes the enemy just run in the opposite direction. Okay. Hey Zyra, what's going on over there? What's going on with that Zyra? Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I am playing poorly this match. I keep not seeing ganks and stuff. I think she can do it, right? Oh, sweet lord. Wow. Yeah, it is what it is. Not a good game. See how Yorick is not meant for top? He's meant for mid. He is meant for mid. Clearly. He's clearly meant for mid. How can I farm that salary at work without farming music? Yeah, I don't know how to fix the volume problem. I'm just gonna have to chalk it up to different ears have different requirements. Different ears have different requirements. Twitch chat, tell me, do you hear the music clearly? Am I crazy? Is there something with Twitch and YouTube that is different? I didn't play Yorick before the rework, no. I have to check it one more time. I honestly don't know. Oh yeah. I don't know how to fix the volume problem. I'm just gonna have to... Oh yeah, the volume is very bad. But when is it too loud? Okay, let's see how this is. Okay. Well, hopefully this has fixed it. At least for now. Team is someone who identifies as a team. Yeah. I remember a long time ago, like 13 years maybe even, there was this website called The Ruthless Truth. And someone was being sarcastic when they said it is super loud. Really? Okay. So then you know, they tricked me again. Let me do the number that was before. Actually, okay, I'll put it at 2 and then tell me if this is bad, okay? Later in game, because obviously this is not going to be bad. This is not going to be bad with this music. It might be bad later with the caveman music. And there was this website called The Ruthless Truth, and it was about how you don't exist. And it's kind of like a rage baiting sentence, right? You don't exist, and you think, oh, why you're saying I don't exist? And I'm responding to the team as someone who identifies as a team comment right now. That's why I'm mentioning this website. And it's the whole website, it was a forum where people would discuss and try to convince each other that you don't actually exist. And I spend a lot of time there because I thought that they are wrong at first. And I thought, hey guys, you have nothing, you know. And I remember very distinctly I had this conversation with someone on the forum. And it was a real thing. It's not like, you know, it really existed back then. And I said, so you could basically go and argue with them, and you could say, okay, I believe I exist, so F you. So, and then the conversation starts, right? And the way I started my forum post was, I exist. It's pretty simple. I am the one who is observing life. So I thought that I win with that. And I remember there's just a long conversation. You know, he kept saying that, what does it mean you are the one who's observing life? And I kept saying, you know, there's a kind of like in between my, you know, in my head inside, there's kind of like a point that is me. And he kept saying that, okay, but when you say I am this or I am that, you're always pointing to something else, which is never you. So you as a concept is not really real. It's just an illusion. And he kept saying that, and I was big mad. I was thinking, what the F is he doing? What is this kind of like a circular argument? And I have to say he won. I thought, oh yeah, the word I it doesn't have any footing, you know? Because whenever you say, for example, you would say, I am this or that, I am a wall, I am a person, I'm the body. You're always, the thing you're saying you are is already on its own. Especially, for example, if you think about your body or your brain or stuff like that. It exists on its own. It is what it is. It is what it is. So why are you saying that you are that? It doesn't make any sense, you know? So from that day forward, I've always believed that, oh yeah, that's actually true. You don't exist. There's only things, you know? And it's a complete mystery how we experience that, you know. It's just, what's going on, you know? It's not I think it's not the English language. It's the fact that language itself is meant to describe things, but in reality there's no language. There's just things, you know. You just are, and things just are. So if you say anything, you know, I identify as this, I identify as a 40-year-old man, it's all an illusion. In any case, you know, there's only the body, there's only the work, you know. That's why I really like the thing about the Native Americans, where they, one good thing about them is that they had this thing where they have names of, you would have the name Dancing with Wolves, meaning that the name itself is an action, which makes a lot of sense, you know. And obviously, I'm not trying to be very annoying and saying that, oh, English language, the Western culture is bad. I'm just saying there's a lot of truth to, you know, to that. There's a lot of truth to that. No, communication works well. I'm not saying it doesn't work well. I'm just saying that if you kind of dig deep, if you dig deep, where does it hold? You know? No, it's only about the you. You know, you don't existing. Everything else exists except you, in a sense. I feel like the more you discuss anything, the more absurd it becomes, the easier it is to believe the argument. By the way, first time watching your stream, a concept still exists. What defines imaginary is something that doesn't exist, but actually it's this concept. That's too much. I would say, you know, my instinct is to say no, concepts don't exist at all, too. It's just a pattern of mind, you know, the language. And I think therefore I am is simply untrue, you know? It's simply untrue because what does that even mean? If you think, it just means that the thinking is going on, that's it. There's nothing, you know, you don't need to add anything extra to that. Wouldn't that require eyes not in one's eye sockets to counter? Or perhaps vision from another angle? What is dancing? The thing is, for example, if I say dancing with wolves, that's my name, right? No, farming with Yorick, let's say that's my name, right? Yorick made Kale Jungle. What's going on with the Kale Jungle? Well, it's kind of crazy, you know? So the logic is as follows. Let me try to put it so that it's unbeatable, okay? If you say my name is Yorick, you at least have something in reality to point to. You know, you can say, yeah, that's, you know, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's the guy who's, you know, in the forest dancing with the wolves, right? But if you say me is that, the word me has no grounding in anything. That doesn't, you know, that's not, you know, it's never, you know, it's always kind of like, you know, if you say I am that, you're kind of, you know, the word I is kind of piggybacking on another thing that is its own thing, right? Yeah. Ask Descartes if he existed. It's not about the body existing or the mind existing or, you know, work being done by them or, you know, having an impact in the world. It's about having the feeling that you are something, you know, just a point in reality, you know? Because we all have that. We all have that feeling that, oh, I'm this point in reality. This is me. This is here where I am. Oh. Almost pressed it. Almost pressed it. Okay. Forget the fights, let them rage into the night. Okay. Okie dokie. So Arthur Meowcat is gonna be against me. Let's I remember somewhere it was said like life is like watching a movie but there's no one watching, and I think that makes sense because there's not an extra thing that is watching something, there's just a movie playing, you know, and I think that's a logical, you know, that is diamond logic, you just can't get around that. You just can't get around that.
Farm, Yorick farm, forget the fights. Let them rage into the
We have jungle kale. That's not something I've seen.
feels just right. Farm, Yorick
Simply not.
farm with all your might.
The most important thing to take from this conversation is that last match didn't exist. Okay, that's the whole reason I was trying to convince you, so that I could say, last match 09, what? It didn't exist. So, Schrodinger's cat. I don't know. Is that a connected thing, or is that something else? And I fully understand how these things can be. How these things. Oh no, and he uses the gold one. Yeah, how they can be annoying. But I think that this one, this particular philosophy thing, can actually, it has some, it is quite interesting. Because it has real implications to your life. You know, if you feel like, if you feel like, oh, I am this, I am that, you can get depressed. So that's the big implication, you know.
That's when he heard a ping sound.
If last match didn't exist, where's the self-improvement?
Please report X
There is,
things started.
I don't know, it just comes from the void.
The Fed won't
Self-improvement happens
Yorick
on its own, you know.
feed in. Come on top lane, don't throw. You've got this big juicy
We end up arguing about the existing thing. And the positive thing, at least for my mind, is that if you...
lay to me.
Because it is impossible to be depressed if you think you don't exist, because there's nothing to be...
Had taught
You know, there's no...
the pros had taught him how to. He put ransack in his room.
There's really no problem then, you know.
Into his mind, he said they're bickering, they're raging.
Okay. You can also fix depression by the mandarin, right?
Please spam me, please tell
By
me
eating the mandarin.
this. And that's when they died.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Yorick was winning top
I don't
was
have...
slaying them all with ease.
The thing is that these mages, they do this stutter stepping, right? But when the ghouls are on you, you shouldn't even do the stutter stepping. You're losing even more health that way. But ego, I think ego tells him to do that.
Please report X 9 times, and things started to fade to black. The
Okay.
Yorick is hungry. Yorick, why are you feeding? Come on, top lane, don't throw. You've got
Okay. Gotta be a little bit careful.
Yorick was winning top lane. He was slaying them
I
all.
really need to...
He'd used all his teleports. He
I
had his
really need to be
leads
careful
on
here.
please. That's when he heard a ping.
Okay. What's going on with that kale? The slab did not restart the music. I'm just fiddling with the settings. Because I have a brand new setup today on this stream. The overlays and stuff, they are completely differently programmed. So... Okay. There's some pinging going on. slap them. No, the slap did not restart the music. Do you like plombier ice cream? Yeah, of course. That's the milk, just a regular milk ice cream. In Latvia, we have, even before the war, we had this Ukrainian ice cream, and it was the best ice cream of all time. It's just a pop. No, it's just a cylinder. I was about to say it's a popsicle, but it's just a cylinder. You know, depression is very, very hard to solve, but I do believe that the vast majority of the depressive thoughts come from you imagining yourself to be something and, you know, being less than you should and, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. So in that sense, that's why animals aren't depressed, because they don't think of themselves at all. They just watch the movie. And I'm not saying, you know, that's why they're animals, right? So there is something bad there, you know. But still, there is also some truth to that. Oh, that's you lose this wave, my boy. I think you lose this wave, my boy. Oh, he actually doesn't, because it's too close. Okay. Okay. Kale Jungle, yeah. That's kinda funny a little bit. Okay. Yeah, the problem with the music is that the lobby music is way it's way lower volume than this one. So I have to keep changing the volume up and down. And after this match, I might go in the Adobe Audition and just bring up the music of the lobby music so that it kind of matches this one, you know? Okay. This guy is almost the weakest mid laner of all time. I don't know. He doesn't do damage. He runs out of mana. He has no impact on anything. Why does Twisted Fate even, you know, what does he do? I really, really, really like the saying that it is impossible to be depressed if you think only about others. If you don't think about yourself at all, it is impossible to be depressed because, okay. Damn, he actually has some impact. There's a lot of truth to that, I think. Okay. Okay, can I do... Yes, I do have... Okay. I finally have some good CS numbers, right? 8.5, that's at least something. X9 Tarek, what's going on? So Twitch is fed, Jungler is fed. Jungler is fed. Oh, what you doing, boy? Why so close? Why so close? Why so close? Why so serious and why so close? Oh. I wonder if he died because the tower was shooting me and the children were just roaming free. You know, living their best lives. Where tower? Well, a pretty quick tower, isn't it? Where's Twitch? Where's that Twitch? Oh, that's sad. I didn't hit that. Okay. I think I can take both of them, right? No. I have to be very, very annoying and take both of them. What is that Kale jungle? I think that's the first time I see that. Is she... Was she autofilled or something? Because I don't want to, you know, say bad things about people when they're autofilled, because I get autofilled a lot. You know, last game I was. Or did that game exist or not? Okay. That's a good CS number, isn't it? 10.3? She done way? Well, he used his R and flash for ward. So that's not good, right? Oh, no, 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 no. Ich bin... Twitch, 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 careful. Boom. There's that maiden solo kill. It wasn't a solo kill though, but it was pretty good. I'll just say that. I don't know, there is a difference between mid and top, is it? Is there for Yorick? Isn't there a difference, you know, in the score and stuff? Don't you see, you know, is there a difference in the ease of, you know, play? The main difference is what kind of a champion they pick. Yes, I would say that is 60%. And then 20 is the lane length. Maybe 40% is the lane length. I don't know why I was saving those 20% to use later. Unlucky. I am looking into the face of this item, Randuin's item. Or am I am going to be staring in the face of that. Nah, have to TP the farm, unfortunately. Anyone today? Would have missed it. Otherwise. But Yorick farms like a caveman, you know, the song helps you. 20% to team diff. It's 60% picks, 80% skill, no, 5%. Someone should make this about League of Legends because it would make big sense. It would make big sense. Actually, no, let me push. Since they died. 100% depression. Got tagged. My boy got tagged. Hey, maiden, what you doing, lady? Why are you taking those shots? Okay. Look at him still being, you know, chased by those ghouls there. Concentrated power of depression. Concentrated power of flame. Okay, Twitch is gonna be... Okay, they are gonna jump on me, right? No, they too scared. That's interesting. I'm a little bit too scared. Aren't we? 0% team fight, yeah, team fight. What is that redeeming of highlighted? Oh, I know what it is. You have points, right? You have points. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need 2200 before we go back. Who mad? Yeah, hello, Evil. Hello, my friend. Hello, hello, hello. Evil 914. Evil 5, no, 914. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't do it, Twisted Fate. I can't catch him. If he stops to do something, I hit that E. Oh, I hit that E anyway. What you doing, boy? I'm getting nibbled by those ghouls and that Leandries. Look at that nibble there. Look at this amount. This is... You know, it's not the old days when you had, you know, when you were one-shotting, but that's, you know, quite... Oh, careful. What you doing, boy? Ah, I can't deal with Twitch too. Sweet lord. Unlucky. I've seen your YouTubes. They are very good if you ask me. Yes or no? Would watch it again? Yes. Well, I'm glad. Watch them again. Twisted ankles. Ooh, did I? Nah, don't have. I can't even TP because I can't, you know, there's not going to be extra farm if I TP anywhere. Funny how Hydra AoE damage can reveal Twitch. Yeah. Any special reason why I don't use? Just a classic, you know, I like the classic one. That's about all. That is about all. Bones? He flashed, so we get him. We get him because of that earlier flash. There it is. Had to insist on that Vel'Koz there. Had to insist on that Vel'Koz smash there. The ghouls just launching themselves in the air. No, that Shen doesn't... Oh, it matters because of the flash. Damn. Or does it? Very, very... That was a good slap, yeah, but very unlucky that I was stuck right in the range of that tower. You know? But that was a good slap, yeah. Is there any schedule when you stream, sir? I'm looking into the Twitch schedule thing, and if there will be, it's gonna be there. Yorick tower edging. Don't say that. Come on. This is family friendly. Tell me what is going on with this Kale jungle. First time I see this. And why is she having a good score? I don't think we should start that. What am I doing? Not looking at the map at all. Poker, do you have a job besides YouTube? Yes. Now, I mentioned this already, but okay. It's not a job per se, it's more like I have stuff to do with clients and stuff. Oh. The interesting thing about the thing I do is I hope some of you will find this interesting, because there are many websites, you know, with many clients, and a lot of those websites are like jumbled mess of code. And I am required to go in that code and fix stuff like, oh, you know, this box is a little bit lower than it should be. So can you fix that? And I do that. And yesterday I did it and it felt great. You know, there's a list of products, and one of the product boxes was out of alignment with all the other ones. And you just can't know where that is, because the whole content management system is a jumbled mess of plugins and stuff. Front end, yeah. Back end, a little bit, only as much as I need. But you know, obviously, AI will help you with that. In that jumbled mess, you know, you can easily... What is he doing? Getting baited by that maiden. My boy. Yeah, Twitch, you are not gonna have a good time too. Oh, I might die now, though. Yeah. That was like almost a great slap that you did there with that sound effect. I'll gift you a sub tomorrow. No pressure. Thanks. Is the slap volume lower now? I think it's just a mess of the volumes that's happening. You know, past streams, past week has been a mess of volume. But I'm gonna, you know, I'll go through and, you know, I'll find. Yeah, use those primes on me. My channel, you know, the algorithm deserves it. It's of course about the money, but the far bigger thing is the algorithm. Does Pokrik have my maiden in real life? Yes. The wife. I mentioned the wife often. We have disagreements with the wife, you know, and it's funny that we have them, and they kind of, you know, the reason I mentioned disagreements is because when you get married, you kind of, there is a funny thing that happens where, at least for me, where you kind of think, okay, I've been together a long time, there's no fixing this particular thing, so we're gonna have to argue about this forever. It's always gonna be like a... And if you can look at it lightly, I think it can be very healthy. Oh, welcome as a subscriber, my friend. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for doing that. That is very much appreciated. That is very much appreciated. I'm still working on the thing where a ghoul jumps into a bowl of ghouls when you subscribe. It's just kind of sounds dumb to say that even. Oh, almost. Almost though. There's some pinging going on, damn. There is some pinging going on. I will have to insist on this Nexus gap though. You know? Let's do some humility on him here. Okay. He might actually stop me. Yeah, I don't have a wave. 13 seconds until Vel'Koz. Yeah, I'm probably better off just farming. Ghouls jumping in the cage. Pick your battles. There's one specific battle that happens with me and the wife. Maybe you can give me your opinion on this. So we have two, you know, stuff in the house, right? For example, forks, knives, plates. And I would like to have an elegant way where I have only one fork, one spoon, and I don't need to think, oh, there it is. There's that little, oh. Or does, okay. I got baited by that word in a sense. So I would like to have an elegant way where you only have one fork, one spoon. You know, everything is very clear. This is, you know, I always know, okay, you know, this is the fork, this is the spoon, I'm gonna use it, and if I don't use it, then it's, you know, I always know that, oh, I have left it somewhere, so I have to clean it, right? But the wife kind of disagrees. She likes the abundance of forks and abundance of spoons, and my argument is that this way, you have a problem where stuff gets left around the house, you know. Okay. Am I gonna int here? That's the question. That's the big question. Mist absorber, don't absorb those, what is the name of the things he has? Oh, there it is. That's good. That slap was almost perfect. He died in invisibility from... What is he doing? He died in invisibility from the Hydra, which is amazing if you ask me. Come on. No. Okay, I see you bring up the argument of many people. Okay, I understand. But those should be different. Right? Those should be a sort of a... Okay, we have these... and they are meant for the guests. But that's not how it works, you know. It's all mess. It's all a mess. You know, it's all together. So I'm kind of... I want simplicity and elegance, you know. Like in the Zac game. There's only one box. There's only one, you know... You know? Women do not like minimalism. Yeah, that's interesting. You know, I am trying to get to the minimalism, and I just fail, and it's all my bad. You know, it's nothing. You know, I don't take this at all as I'm blaming the wife, but you know, that's a struggle, kind of. Get like a silver set that only you can use to make cutlery finite. I think if you're together with someone and you're kind of committed, like married, whenever you do these separation things, and I might not be right, maybe it's healthy, you know, there's definitely argument. Oh, there it is. There it is. Finally, the first time ever this song is not appropriate because I'm in the right place. What was I saying? Something about the cutlery. Guests should bring their own tools. Okay, I have to go to the bathroom real quick because I've been drinking that water. Okay? Okay, I'll be back in just 1 second. Enjoy the music and enjoy the stats. How can a kale have 7.8 damage? Oh no, I know what you need to enjoy. You need to enjoy the http://zac.rito.lol. Try that. Give feedback. Okay, I'll be back. Okay. Okie dokie. Welcome back, Mr. Pokrick. Welcome, 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 welcome back to me. Should be proud of PvE, Kale. Actually, yeah. Can't get past level 3. Okay. Where is my Edge? Whenever I hear the word Microsoft Edge, I think of edging. So, any. Sorry. It just, happens. So, here's the little game, right? Here's the little game. So the way I see it is, it should be hard. It should be hard getting higher. Okay, let me make it a little bit louder. I didn't post this yet in Zac mains, so Zac mains are unaware. I really hope they're gonna like it, because it means the world to me for the mains to like the thing I make. It's kind of like, it's a silly thing, but it does. And there's a little bit of strategy now. You throw the thing, and then you charge it up and blast, right? Okay. I've never gone past the 5th level. Yeah, it's a little bit too hard. Itty-witty-dee. Itty-witty-dee. I just found an exploit. Just drag without... Oh, sweet lord. Sweet lord. Don't tell this to anyone. I'm gonna leave this in just for now. Just because it's so genius. Oh, how did I not think about this? That is so good. Well done, my friend. I would give you a Prime subscription if I was able to. This is actually... Wow, that's... Yeah, it makes me smile to see something dumb like this. Yeah. You can... I think there is friction on the... I think there's too much friction on the... Yeah, the bottom wall friction. You can lower it. This is obviously not meant for the end user consumption, but you can lower the friction of the bottom wall and then... Okay, the game has been broken. Thank you very much. Played for 3 minutes. Broke the game immediately. Oh, sweet lord. Sweet Jesus. That's funny. I like it. I like it. Do you know the two most used features on Microsoft Edge, Mr. Pokrick? No. What do you mean? What do you mean? You can also change the height, so that, again, this is obviously for debugging purposes, but there's still, you can do that. You can see just a tiny little bit of insight how this whole thing works. There are like these blocks, and the line is drawn around it, but it gives away a little bit. You see how the sausage is made, but yeah. Okay, you know what I wanted to do? I remember. Please hold. Let's take this this MP3 file, and let's just real quick wait while it loads, and then let's normalize to 0.1. Actually, I think I need to compress it too, don't I? Okay, so now if I normalize it and I save, and I save, yeah, if I save, oh sweet lord, it's being used by another application, so I can't override it. Not gonna be able to fix the music, unfortunately, because I can't not use it. Yeah, I can't not use it. Da, da, da. Any tips for climbing? I'm in that gold spot and I win-lose every other game. You could be at your equilibrium, but let me think about some tips of climbing. So, if you want to get to the level I am, which is as far as my advice should even go, because how can I give you advice for more than where I am, right? You farm. You focus on farm. Quite a lot. You focus on farm quite a lot. And I do mean quite a lot. I mean to a ridiculous level. To a ridiculous level. I think 3 days ago it is. I was 3 days ago, I was in a bus, and a guy said, "Damn, I hope Riot gives me some good skins, man. I can't be without being with those skins, man." And that was actually, you know, I've been alive for a long time, and that was the first time I ever hear, no, the second time I hear a conversation about League of Legends, IRL. Polkrick streams like a caveman, unga bonga. Now I realize that message needs context. I think people know about the song. What do you think about Cosmic Drive instead of Leandri's? Why would you ever have a Cosmic Drive? I think this is the last match of today's stream. So... does any of you know the N-back game? Do any of you know the N-back game?
Yorick on the lane, my friend. Minions here, they never end. Leave that gold a steady trend. Victory just round the bend. Ignore the calls from your team. Farm those creeps, build up the
No one knows the N-back game. Yeah, brain game. It's you kind of remember these shapes and all kinds of stuff like that. N-back game, it's called. N, like in mathematics, N. You know, usually you have that formulas with N and stuff. But yeah, I'm just testing how many of you know. And if none of you know, then that's a problem, because I wanted to make a tiny little game. A game like that with League of Legends. But if no one knows it, it's gonna be really, really tough to play it. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie, welcome to the game. We're Barak. Come on. I'm actually a big fan of having nicknames which are puns. Cruel Fate. Odium. Oh, he has cleanse because of Bard, right? Yeah. The real question is who to Zac in level 3, Yumi? You have to... Yeah, it only has 5 levels now. You have to get both. You have to get both. Oh, she come. Not good, but we'll see. Maybe I can pull a miracle out of the hat. Because I've been saying that I kind of think Irelia is not that bad anymore. And I have to finally prove it, because I've been saying that out of my breath, and every time I try to prove it, I'm 0-4. You know? So if no one knows the N-back game, it's basically a memory game where you look at some stuff and then it shows you other stuff and you have to remember, oh, was this the stuff that I was shown or not? But it's very, very intense, you know? But it's very, very intense. Okay. She wants to freeze. My whole life's purpose should be to not let that happen. Okay. Careful. She's gonna be doing these flying movements, and one of those days she can, you know. Lucky. Very, very lucky by her, actually. So I have to think, how do I go back so that she's the loser in this? I can't do that. Yeah, I can't do that for now. I'm gonna have to... Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the you know, kind of like the safe thing here. This is not the farmer account, because yesterday I got 12 hours on my farmer account. And I thought, okay, I'm not gonna dodge. It's fine, I'm gonna play whatever I'm assigned. But I got assigned stuff that I literally can't play, which is the jungle. So I had to dodge again. You know, it was when it was. Okay, it's lucky that she pushes this, because if she didn't push, that would have been a horror show. There's a problem in your Zac game. Hit me with it. Lay it on me. Lay it on me. Why is Diana dying? Diana, come on. Don't be a liability. I dislike when junglers are a liability. You know, because, well, I can't ask her to know that matchup against Irelia is so hard that you can't really go away from your lane at all. But that's what it is, you know. That's why she keeps dying. That's why she keeps fading there. That's why she keeps feeding there. Oh, Diana, come on. Please, don't be a liability. We're gonna have a great game if you're not a liability. I'm gonna do my best not to int. I'm gonna do my best. You can hold and drag, yeah. People figure that out very quickly, you know. I didn't even, that didn't cross my mind at all. But yeah. $1,800 is the max, right? But that's by dragging around. But that's by dragging around. She's having mana problems. I can do an ego back even because of that. Unfortunately, she has been fed by that jungler. Just a little bit. Kidoki. I don't fully understand the mechanic of exploding. You have to hold down the mouse or space after you have released. Oh no, oh no. Yeah. Oh, this Diana. I should not try to play with her at all. Sad. I entered there. Yeah, well, but we kinda, you know, we kinda had to fight for the grubs. They didn't have mana. You know. Does the chat agree that I entered? Because in my mind, we could have easily both, you know, just... If we just go to the grubs... They just can't do anything together when we're together, you know? Unfortunately, grubs, you know, make you go in team fights. Wait for Yone. Yeah, but in my mind, we're stronger, 100%, so we shouldn't wait. There were so... In my mind, it was like, there is, the chance of us losing that fight is very, very tiny. And it happens only in this specific scenario when Diana just goes away with full health. Okay, I have to be careful about the ganks now. Okay. When she's alone, it's not that dangerous, because These days, she runs out of mana very, very quickly.
Yorick walks with shovel in hand through the fields and desert sand, rising ghouls from dust,
Oh, she doesn't have mana, right?
holding power in his command. Farm the gold from creek
That's what happens, Aurelia. Sorry. Don't come mid. Don't do that, Yorick farm.
out of darkness made
Yeah, that was a slap.
turning battle.
That was a moderate slap.
Yorick smash, raise the dead and make a splash. In the chaos holds the stash, farming dreams that never crash.
Let me bait. I'm gonna do the mistake of playing with Diana again.
With each step, his shadows
Oh.
wakes the restless from their beds.
Not a mistake in this case. Not a mistake. Relied. Got some help. Very good. Relying.
Fields ablaze with ghastly crew. Yorick's path shining through. Bones will flourish.
Did you use AI to make that game? The coding was helped by AI, yes. Everything else is, I guess there's, nothing too much AI there.
Dead and make a splash. In the chaos holds the stash, farming.
But the coding, yeah, of course. The code is so heavy on that thing. You know. So, oh, she mad. Okay. Diana's showing me, playing with me now. And by the way, yeah, Google Gemini finally better than ChatGPT. Way better. And I mean way better in coding. I don't just mean a little better. I mean big time better. Don't you do that? Yeah, okay. Too late, I guess. Whenever this happens, I have to deliver, okay? If I don't deliver the tower, then what am I doing? Oh, I can't deliver the tower. Who? Oh, sweet Lord. Sweet Lord, these... Yorick has such trouble not aggroing the tower with all his stuff that he has, That was the play of the game. The int of the game. IOG, not POG. Have you tried DeepSeek? Yes. It's okay. It's okay. Claude 3.7 is also very good, but when I paste a big chunk of code in it, it just says, oh, it's over the limit. Gemini 2.5 Pro just takes it like a champ and says, I don't care, and just, understands everything. So, the novelty wears out pretty fast. Oh, sweet Lord. What's the cooldown on that? Yeah, not enough. Okay. That flash was pretty good. That flash was so good. And now he doesn't escape, right? Oh, no. Why am I... why am I commenting on that? No, it's not paid Gemini. It's... Oh, actually, I just have the Google package, so it's included. I didn't even know I have it. And one day... That was such a good day for me. I just discovered, oh, I have it. And I didn't know that I have it. So I started using it, and I wouldn't have ever expected it to be better than ChatGPT. Never, ever. Not never, ever, but I just thought that, oh, they are behind. As they were. The novelty wears out pretty fast, you say. You should be able to split before. I wonder, how do you think that? No, you don't win, Aurelia. Well, you do win until the wife comes home, but... Okay. Okay. Some interaction with the wall could be fun. Okay, interesting. I do want the novelty not to wear out, you know. I want the, you know, I want it to be as fun as it can be, but it's not like the biggest problem in the world if a person plays it for like, let's say 10 minutes and it wears out. You know, what would you say is the number of minutes played? Yeah, try Gemini. Well, 3.7 is very, very good. The Claude. What you doing, lady? But I just, again, the context window was just, not the context window, but I guess it's called the context window, right? It just didn't work for me. So I also didn't use the paid version of the Claude. So, you know, my opinion maybe is not worth really here. There's some problem in the top lane. Oh. Is he alone? Of course he's not alone, but the question is... He flashing? At least got a flash there, that's a win. Got him. Got her. Bum ba-dum bum bum. Yeah, the problem for me coding this stuff is that I can go only as far as the AI lets me because, again, I'm not a programmer. I'm just a kind of like a designer or something. So if the code gets too heavy and I suddenly can't even anymore, you know, she's too thirsty, you know, and I think that's going to be the bane of her again. Yeah. Okay. She's too thirsty here. So if they fight, I just push. No, they come to me and I'm dead. I what did he? I was hoping they're gonna fight. Let's see, maybe I escape. Where's that bard? There he is. Okay. Couldn't do it. Couldn't escape this. If you need help with code, I can help. Been doing it for a while now. Really? You know, if I showed you the file for the blob game, I think you would... How much time do you think you would need to get into it and understand what's going on? Because it's like... It's very concise and minified. Not minified, but it's kind of concise. And it's something like 800 lines. And then there are level files, and then there are extra files there. So 800 lines, is that even a thing that you can do? To give another person something like that? There's no engine, there's only the matter.js. So that's partially why it's so big, That's partially why it's so big. I was thinking of
Yorick was winning top lane. He was
I don't know how to code. That's the beautiful thing about the AI now. You can achieve, because I'm an animator. I'm a kind of like a guy who makes animations and videos. I know stuff like that, so I don't know code. But now I can access stuff like this website, this game, and before I couldn't do it. Oh no, again. Damn, I should be really more careful here with this stuff. So yeah, you can now you have access to interactive experiences just because of the AI, because it can help you. Lost you with the ad, lol. Oh damn, these ads. I almost want to. I can actually, I think, turn off Twitch ads because they don't even make any money. I think it's very little. Okay. Da, 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 da. Oh, I have to sell this to get this because it's too valuable. I think maybe it's not worth to do that, but that Anivia is a problemito. Okay, that Anivia is a problemito. Some time ago I would have said that, oh, it doesn't matter who's a problem in the enemy team because Yorick do Yorick, it doesn't matter. But now I think in a different way. I think that if you know who's a problem, you can make a choice about items, which is the classic thing in playing this this game. Okay. Are they completely off? What? Oh no. I thought we were only two. Actually, no. That's not the item I need. Get her. Get her. Draven, now you have to do everything. You are the one who does it now. Oh no. I'd think like about 30 minutes. Shouldn't you, are your stream, isn't your stream delayed? $30 seems a lot for like a little web game, doesn't it? Okay. Okay. Yone says that there's a mid and jungle diff. Which is the biggest diff? What do you think, chat? Yeah, the top diff doesn't exist. I agree. Sometimes, something is so ridiculous, it's funny. unlucky. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Like 2 minutes per time you play. I don't know, I'll think about it. I feel like that's a really, really, really tough goal to achieve. Oh, she's gonna catch me, I feel like. No. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, no. To compare to your previous projects like No Surrender or Rift Drift, I farmed at least 1 hour out of those games. Okay. So I should listen to your advice. Yeah, the problem is that I am stuck in the it's just way too heavy right now. I'm not as good a programmer. I have made the project so heavy that making changes is very hard. And the easiest thing I can do is add a lot more levels. But I understand that that's, you know, that's not the thing you want, really. Okay. It could never comprehend the League source code. Why not? It could be a while, but why not? Okay. What's going on here? Well, unfortunately, this was the last game for today's stream, but or fortunately, I don't know. He got Anivia in the end, which kind of offsets the whole gap thing, right? So now it's not a top gap anymore, it's team gap. Right? Oh, my point is that the League source is most messed up thing. Okay. Yeah. I think some kind of endless mode you can... Yeah, endless mode is a very, very nice goal to try to reach. But I'm thinking that an Angry Birds type game can't have really an endless mode, you know? It has to have levels. I'm not trying to find reasons not, I'm just saying how I was thinking about it, because I would like to have an endless mode, but it's just that I feel like there's not a, if you want to have the Angry Birds type to this game, yeah, there's not a way to do that. Oh. Okay, Lucian. I have to stay. I unfortunately have to stay here. Oh, sweet lord. Yeah, GG. It was actually kind of successful lane-ing phase, but this is the game they used engine of. What game? Getting random buffs every 5 waves like a roguelike. More damage, bigger blob, bigger explosion. So roguelike is when there's some kind of random luck together with you making choices with that luck, right? Is that what you're saying? Is that what roguelike is in this context? Scope creep. Feature creep. I love feature creep. I know that people say that feature creep is a thing to look out for, but I like it. Yeah, like you have to aim to claim 1 or 2 upgrades amongst the level could be fun. Are you saying that roguelike is infinite? You know what? You might be right. There could be some kind of an algorithm to spawn the level. And that sounds kind of interesting, actually. That actually sounds kind of interesting. And obviously the dragging thing isn't, you can't be able to do this. That's so dumb. Okay, all of this is very interesting feedback. All of this is very interesting feedback, actually. If I gave the player a chance to, let's say, change the size of the blob, some kind of power-ups, for example, would change the size of the blob, and it would make sense, Okay, I'm seeing that if I pour more work into this, it could turn into a endless game. Especially if I define, for example, these little pillars as, you know, for example, this little pillar where this guy is right now is one type of an enemy. This little house is another type, and then the algorithm just generates the level based on that, you know? Okay. Can the enemies hanging on the ceiling? Because the thing is, I have made this very, very... there's a lot of, you know, stuff that you can configure, right? Oh, there's also a gravity mode, by the way. Wow, it's kind of interesting. There's a lot of configurable stuff here, and... you could do a bunch of stuff with this. Can I drag him out? The more I think about it, I think the forever type is much more satisfying. The forever type. Yeah. And you could have some randomness. Each level can be, you know, random in the sense that it could be smaller or bigger. That sounds kind of fun, but I feel like I will have to pour in like a week in this one. I honestly think you can do more with the frame. Yeah, I think so too. Especially since the quote-unquote engine allows it to be changed almost even during the game, you know? Almost even during the game. Where they move off screen, over the screen somehow. What about if you eat the little characters, you get bigger? Where's the bigness of the character? Do I have the... oh yeah, there it is. Particle radius. I think you could do something like... I have already forgotten what exactly is the... okay, something is definitely... okay, the layers are too much. No, the layers is not the thing. Okay, I messed them up. Okay, in any case, I have to end the stream. Yeah, I think the best thing about this is that it's actually a little bit satisfying to do this. It feels kind of good to do that. So if I could get this dragging and kind of like expand on the most satisfying aspects of this, it could be it could actually be turned into a forever game. Because I too dislike the idea of, oh, you know, there's this level, it's not, you know, it's not forever. You know what? Let me try something here. The bottom wall can actually be not stiff too. See? So maybe this is even more fun if it's not stiff, the bottom wall. You see how it's and if you decrease the amount of blocks on it, it's even better in the way it looks not stiff. Although it's a little bit unreliable. If you look at these little lines, they overlap, you know. Maybe you should limit the dragging when Zac is clicked. Yeah. You know, of course. It shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't even drag him at all. It should... The reason why the dragging is there even is because I wanted it to have a reaction to your, you know, I wanted it to have a tiny reaction to your dragging. Yeah. I can see a mechanic where if you're good, you get better results. Now, did you say that? Like, what if the enemies have a weak spot? So hitting them from behind gives you a better buff. Yeah, this fluid ground looks way better than the non-fluid ground. It introduces like this randomness that is kind of a little bit satisfying, isn't it? Although, when a person first opens this, I would like them to see this and think, oh, this is a frame, okay? This is not fluid, like right now. And then once you touch the ceiling, you think, oh, this is actually fluid. So I would like the person to have that kind of surprising moment, you know? That would be kind of nice. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching this. Thanks for giving feedback. And Twitch chat, yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for the subscriptions. I think a couple of people joined the Twitch family, which is very good. And yeah, Ungwritten, you don't get to know my real name. Welcome, my friend. D Wang, welcome. Thank you for the, you know, thoughts. Maybe the second level could be fluid. Yeah, I would like the person to discover that, you know, the viewer. Yeah, the second level is a solution, you know. It being fluid in the second level is a solution, but it's kind of like a lazy solution. But, you know, sometimes lazy solutions are good. I wonder if there's a way to make it so that it's actually like, you know, I do. Okay. Okay, enough of this. Let me think on my own time. And again, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you next time.